I am an avid Reddit reader. I love reading the stories on Reddit and reacting to them. Usually I'm just like listening in my head or thinking in my head my response. I thought that it would be great to share with you guys what I would respond. Before I start reading, I just want to ask you guys to please, if you haven't already, subscribe to my video, give it a like, and then let's get to it. This Reddit post is from an account called Throw RA 1577-1-1501. My 24 female, 28 male boyfriend said he won't marry me. Hi, so it's basically the title. My boyfriend and I have been together for about 3.5 years now. Randomly the other day, the topic of marriage came up as a mutual friend proposed to their girlfriend. He made a comment about how he would never get married and doesn't believe in marriage with anyone. This came as a big shock because we've spoke often about having a future together, and he jokingly called me his fiance once a few months back. Marriage is a big goal for me, always has been. I date to marry, as many say. I made a comment after his saying that marriage was a life goal of mine, and at some point I could see myself marrying him. He looked at me and kind of chuckled before realizing I was serious and simply just apologized and told me he didn't believe in it due to never seeing a successful marriage and in his mind wouldn't change. I guess I'm not sure how to handle this moving forward. Marriage is something I've always dreamed of having one day, and now I'm starting to question if I'm wasting my time in this relationship. How do I move forward with this? She's 24, he's 28. She's been with him for 3.5 years. So they started dating when she was about like 21-ish and he was like 24. And now he's 28, closer to 30, around typical age where people start considering marriage and settling down. She desires marriage in the long term. And he's telling her flat out no, that he doesn't see himself being married to anyone at any point in time in life. Like, you would think that this was like an easy one, but a lot of the time it's not. When someone shows you or tells you who they are the first time, believe them. That is advice my mom has given me. That is advice that you can never go wrong with, because it's okay and nice for someone to prove you wrong, but you would hate for someone to prove you right, especially when they gave you a warning shot. If he is saying that he does not want to be married, after 3.5 years of dating you, he would know if he wants to marry you or not. You have spent enough time with this person. You have evaluated all the things that you and the other person can bring to the table. He has been with you, good, bad, the ugly, for 3.5 years. So if after all that time spent, he is saying that he does not want to get married, and he didn't even say to her specifically, he said that he didn't want to get married, period. But either way, to you, to the moon, he doesn't want to get married, you have to believe him. I'm not saying that people don't change their mind sometimes in the future, but what's the saying? Like, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Meaning, if you have this information right in front of you that you know is for certain, it's better to go with that than wait on a bet of something that you're not seeing. Believe what he's saying, and you have to evaluate if that is something that you are willing to work with as far as not getting married, because there is no guarantee that you will. In fact, there's a high probability that you won't. He could say that he desires to be with her long term, maybe unmarried. Society and other people will tell you, oh, if you have a nice guy and he's doing the right things and, everything is good, why do you need to be married? When it comes to your romantic interests and requirements, they don't have to match anybody else's. It is simply for you. In this one life that we all get to live, you have to decide what's best for yourself and always advocate for yourself to get what you need inside a relationship. In this scenario, she is saying straight up that marriage is a top priority for her and has always been a long-term goal. And I would encourage anyone else, and I share the same sentiments, don't compromise on that. Don't try to work it out. Don't try to figure out how you can stay with him. This is the part where you exit left. They're telling you that a serious goal of yours is not one that will be attainable with them, this is a time where you leave. A lot of time, even when men say this up front, we tend to kind of like, oh, I'm not thinking about it yet. Like, that's a long-term thing. I'm not worried about it. But then when that long-term time comes, then they reiterate what they are not willing to do. And then we can be shocked, we can be hurt, we can be confused, and emotionally invested. After 3.5 years, you love this guy. You've spent so much time with him, you can see a future with him, but he is point blank telling you that although there might be a future there, it's not going to be in the way that you would like it to be. Leave. Go. Get up out of there. It is so unjustifiable for you to continue in this relationship knowing that you desire marriage at the end of it when someone is telling you that that is not what they want. It's hard when you invested time in a relationship and really created those feelings, but you have to remember that you must make sure that you can show up as your best self in a relationship and that you are making decisions that are going to best serve you. So if it's marriage, stand on that. Don't let, someone that you're with deter you from that goal, and don't ever feel that you must be with this person above your non-negotiables. That is a super mistake to make, that you would put wanting to be with an external person, someone that's not you, outside of your entire body, so bad that you're willing to compromise on the things that you truly desire. You will look back and still have not gotten the things that you knew that you really wanted, and the other person will be satisfied because they're, getting their fill, but you won't. You just won't. And the worst thing to do is to have regrets or remorse in the after. If I was her, my best advice is to get up out of there. Get up out of there and spend some time with yourself, really evaluating what are your negotiables and non-negotiables, and making sure that you're having these seriously deep conversations a lot earlier. I don't doubt that there are times where you do have these conversations and someone can just straight up lie and pretend they're all in and then later on change their mind. And that's why it's important to keep having these conversations frequently, not maybe every day, like, oh, when are you gonna marry me? When are you gonna marry me? But like every so often, at least at like the 6 month to a year mark, saying, okay, well, where are we at in our relationship and where are we going? Someone who wants to be with you in the long term, that's not gonna make them do anything other than tell you the truth. But someone who is here to waste your time, this is going to be the time where they show themselves. And if you're in this situation and you want more advice or just need someone to talk to individually, please leave a comment below or you can DM me. If you liked this video, go ahead and give a like. And if you haven't already, subscribed to my channel because I'll post more content like this. But other than that, you have a great rest of your day and bye.